Hi, my name is Mark Miller, and I am a 2009 graduate of Lakewood High School in Lakewood, Ohio. Um, and I am currently a student of senior level standing at Kent State University, where I major in music education and voice performance, and hope to one day be a choral director in a high school. That is my career aspiration. Um, The question posed to us is how our K through 12 education prepared us for our life and how relevant it was to that. And I have to say, as somebody who is going into the teaching profession, it's important that we recognize the importance of what we do as teachers. And I'm obviously not a teacher yet, but I will be very soon. And I've had to write many things about my philosophy statement in teaching, and I always say that our job as a teacher of any kind, whatever subject area it is to prepare our students and our children for the real world, and make them realize what is the difference between right and wrong, and how to be a good member of society and have good moral values and ethical values and all that good stuff, and however you want to word it. And it is our job as teachers to foster that and to instill good life skills in them, and we use our subject area as vehicles for that. You know, I think what I mostly got out of high school was to be able to find out who I am as who I am as a person, and then how I can take what and who I am and translate it into the real world and share that with my future students, which is what I hope to do, and to teach them, you know, how to be great members of society and be great leaders in society. And I really felt like, at least from my personal experience and my high school education, that I got that from Lakewood High School, and I got that from my teachers, or at least most of my teachers. Everyone, you're always going to have some kind of bland teacher that you don't really care about, and whatever. You're always going to have that. There's always going to be one of those people. But it's the teachers that inspire you and inspire you to do great things with your life, and those are the people that you remember. And I'll always remember those people that I had. That always remember those people that were there for me and inspired me to be who I am. And I really think that that's our main goal as teachers. And I got that. And it's very relevant because I don't think, when I was a freshman in high school, my GPA was never, it was like a 3. It wasn't fantastic. I kind of didn't really understand just how important high school would be to the rest of my life. And, I realized that real fast that summer. And, I got a really long talking to from my mom, and she told me, you need to, excuse me, get your life together, and you need to start getting on track with your grades. And I was like, okay, I'm going. And I had teachers from then on out that really just inspired that in me, and I paid attention. And now I want to give that same kind of teaching philosophy and inspiration to students for the rest of my life. And my high school experience definitely helped me with that. As far as academics go, it was fairly easy. I took a lot of hard classes. I did really well. I'm not here to gloat about myself, but I got A's and B's and like a couple C's, but like I really did pretty darn good in high school as far as grades go. So I mean, I just always was taught that you do what you're told and you work hard and it will reap benefits, and it did. I got into a good school that I wasn't unfortunately able to afford, so I came to Kent because it was more affordable. But this is a great university, and I've learned so much here, and I'm really excited about the education that I've gotten. And I wouldn't be able to do that if I hadn't gotten And had I not worked hard at school and in high school, and I had teachers that helped foster that drive in me to do well, and there were many of them, and I don't know. I think that we as students take for granted the hard work that the teachers at our schools give us, and I mean, they have to work really hard to plan every single day what we're going to do, and whether or not it's in a subject like I don't, I could care less about math or science in high school. I could care less about it now because I'm not a student of those professions and never will be because I don't really care. But they're important, and they're important to people out there. And just because I think that they're not important doesn't mean that they're not important. So, academically speaking, I was prepared, but I worked hard on my own, and I had a self drive that basically just told me if it's busy work, if it's a test, you probably did. I've never studied for a test, basically. But if it was busy work, if it was whatever, I did it anyway because that's what I was taught in my family. So that's how I was raised. But it's our job as teachers to make them want to do those things. And I always felt like the majority of my teachers made me feel that way. And I was very, very lucky that I had such great educators, especially at the high school level, that inspired that from me. So um, that's my 2 cents on the subject, and I hope it's helpful. So thanks.